Reflections of Fear. The Haunted Mirror Story. I've always been fascinated by mirrors. They're such a common part of our lives, yet there's something inherently eerie about them. They show us our reflection. But what if there's more to them than just that? What if they're a gateway to something else, something sinister? It all started when I moved into my new apartment. It was a cozy place, just the right size for me. The previous tenant had left behind an old mirror in the hallway. It was large, with an intricate silver frame that looked like it belonged in a museum. I liked how it added a touch of elegance to the space, so I decided to keep it. The first night, as I was getting ready for bed, I caught a glimpse of something in the mirror. It was just a shadow, a flicker at the edge of my vision. I shrugged it off, blaming my tired eyes. But as the days went on, the feeling of being watched grew stronger. One evening, while I was brushing my teeth, I saw it clearly. A figure standing behind me in the mirror. I spun around, my heart pounding, but there was no one there. My bathroom door was locked, and I was alone. I tried to rationalize it, convincing myself it was just my imagination. But the next night, it happened again. This time, the figure was closer. I could see its face, or rather, the lack of it. It was a dark, shapeless void, like a shadow given form. Panicking, I covered the mirror with a sheet. That night, I barely slept, jumping at every sound. The next morning, I decided to move the mirror to the attic. Out of sight, out of mind, I hoped. Days went by without incident. I started to relax, thinking maybe I had just been stressed and seeing things. But one night, as I lay in bed, I heard a noise from the attic. It was a soft, shuffling sound, like something moving. Grabbing a flashlight, I made my way upstairs. The attic was cold and musty, filled with old boxes and forgotten furniture. The mirror stood in the corner, still covered. As I approached it, the shuffling grew louder. My heart raced, but I had to know what was happening. I pulled the sheet off the mirror, and for a moment, everything was still. Then, the reflection changed. Instead of my own face, I saw a dark, twisted version of myself grinning maliciously. It raised a hand, and I felt a cold touch on my shoulder. I stumbled back, the flashlight slipping from my grasp. The mirror began to glow, a faint, eerie light. The figure stepped out of the mirror, its form shifting and warping. It whispered my name, its voice a chilling echo. Terrified, I ran downstairs and locked myself in my bedroom. I could hear it moving through the house, its footsteps slow and deliberate. It was looking for me. I don't know how long I stayed hidden, but eventually, the noises stopped. Summoning all my courage, I peeked out. The house was silent. The mirror was back in the hallway, but the figure was gone. I moved out the next day, leaving everything behind. The mirror, the apartment, the nightmares. But sometimes, late at night, I still feel like I'm being watched. And I wonder if one day I'll see that dark figure again, staring back at me from the other side of a mirror.